to talk about something silly right now. I can't believe I'm doing a video about this, but it just blew my mind. I recently, let me track this back a little bit. So, a staple of Vanlife is getting a gym membership. And one of the more popular ones to get is the Planet Fitness membership. It's the cheapest one out there, black card, just a little bit over $20 a month. You basically have unlimited access to showers wherever there's Planet Fitness. Technically, I think there's some stipulation of like 2 visits a month to a partner club or something like that. But I don't know if anybody pays attention to it or not. All I know is every Planet Fitness I've ever gone to, I've been able to go in and take a shower. But of course, Planet Fitness is not your only option. There's 24-hour fitness. Anytime Fitness is rising with a lot of locations. Now, the thing about places with a lot of locations, they're kind of like McDonald's. Like let's face it, Planet Fitness is basically the McDonald's of gyms. It's really cheap. It's a lot of places. You can trip over one almost. I mean, as you get more rural, like they're a little bit harder to find, but they're in enough places that you could almost plan a shower day. And if you're going to be far away from a Planet Fitness for a while, it's going to be okay. You can just wash up in your van, however you do it. And I think you should always have a method of keeping clean inside your van, because honestly, all it takes is soap, water, and, a little bit of, it can be done. But I had a happy accident recently for one of my stagehand jobs. Now, again, stagehand event work is weird. It encompasses so many things. In this case, it was an event at an exclusive high-end sports club, which is what you call a gym when it costs you minimum $190 a month for their minimum package. I don't know what you get with the minimum package versus the maximum package, but it doesn't really matter. I was inside there and I had to take a picture of some of this stuff because their locker room blew my mind. I mean, mind you, the other parts of the facilities were fascinating too. There were at least 2 pools and so many different levels of so many different types of fitness equipment. But I'm a van dweller. What I was really interested in is, if I have to take a shower here, what is that like? And it was kind of amazing. I'm not even going to joke. One of the things they had that blew my mind was a swimsuit water extractor. What the hell is a swimsuit water extractor? I don't even know. And then, of course, they had a steam room. I mean, that didn't really surprise me. It's a high-end club. Like I said, the lowest entry point is about $180, $190 a month. And I was actually at 2 of their facilities, one in San Francisco and one in Palo Alto, to set up for this event because it was the same sports club, just 2 different locations in support of the same event. And they were raising money for cancer. But anyway, so really positive event, even though I'm just blown by what these rich people have in their rich people gym. Let's be frank about it. So the other thing was, if you go into their shower, they actually have all of your some version of shower stuff on their shelves. They have shampoo, they have conditioner, they have, I don't know what this is at the end. It's a deep cleaning foaming face wash and body wash. It's available in the shower in these cute little pump containers. What the heck? And then, what else we got in here? We have shaving cream and razors available in the bathroom. What? It was crazy. Their shower stalls had really nice doors, no little flippy plastic curtains that you get at the Planet Fitness. I was like, oh, this is nice. I feel like I was in my own nice little shower. But I was more fascinated by the stuff in the bathroom. They had hair ties available in the women's. I wasn't in the men's. In the women's room, if you forgot your hair tie or you need a hair tie to exercise, they have a cute little jar with hair ties in it. Towel service, of course. There was stacks and stacks and stacks of towels everywhere, both in the gym, right by where the equipment was, and in the near the actual shower facility beside the lockers. Again, I don't know how much more that costs you outside the basic membership, which is, again, $180 to $190 a month. But anyway, of course they had standard stuff like hair dryers, but they also had, what is this? I have to look at these pictures and figure out what the hell they are. They have a nourishing body cream just sitting there for anybody to use, and an ultra facial moisturizer. There was all kinds of stuff on the counters that was just courtesy stuff, cotton balls and Q-tips and just stuff that's not in a standard gym. And when you go through an experience like this, you start to understand why people who, for this is their normal life, don't consider it a privilege to have access to these things. And I know people get offended about the word privilege, and they shouldn't. Like, I had the privilege, honestly, of never having to be fully on the street. At the time that I was qualified as homeless, I ended up being able to get myself into a car. And that was a privilege. It was a privilege that I was still working when I found myself homeless. There are people who don't have that privilege, and they're living in a tent. And yeah, there's people who live in a tent by choice, but there's also people like on California streets in tents because they can't afford anything better, and they have challenges that are getting in the way of them getting a job. And once you don't have an address, I'm sorry, just getting a job is difficult. And yeah, there are people who don't want jobs, but now I'm going to get off on a tangent. I don't want to go there. So when I use the word privilege, please don't get offended. Just understand, or if you want to be offended, just get offended. I don't care. Just understand, like some of the stuff, it blows my mind because it's never been my privilege for this to be the norm. And it starts to make you realize, like, when people like that don't consider that a privilege, they just consider it normal, they consider it regular, they really can't comprehend, like, other people not having it. There was somebody who told me, they had the privilege of knowing someone who didn't realize that minimum wage was something that people actually got paid, because she could not conceive of anybody surviving on that, which is the point. But she didn't realize, no, minimum wage is the thing some people get, and then they're expected to survive on that. But anyway, back to this gym that blew my mind. So another thing they actually had was they had little sprayers with deodorant and hairspray. Like, they had little dispenser sprayer things. I don't really understand how they work. I just needed to get a picture of that. And in this picture, you can actually see me reflected in the mirror taking a picture of it, which is funny. But anyway, what else was really cool in this gym? I'm just gonna keep scrolling. Is there anything I missed? This was just it was hilarious to me because I never imagined a gym having this. And then the thing that really topped it off for me, that made me so happy that I had to use it, it was the only thing I used because I went there to use the bathroom. They had mouthwashing cups. Like, seriously. Oh, no, there's one more pièce de résistance. They had pads and tampons on the counter in these cute little containers. And the thing is, I had to get a close-up of the tampons because they're 100% organic tampons. You know you're classy when you got 100% organic tampons. It was the most hilarious thing I'd ever read. Next to the organic underwear that I saw in Whole Foods, I mean, I'm sure it means something important, but for me, I'm like, really, what makes it organic? I don't understand. At this point, don't get me wrong, I believe in living healthy and eating healthy, but at this point, I think some things are just getting organic slapped on it for the sake of the sale. I don't know. But, thinking about the, gym of privilege, as I'd like to call it. It was more like a resort gym than a normal person's gym, definitely. But it really opened my eyes a little bit into the expectations of people who run these facilities. The fact that the elite level of this gym has these kind of things available means the expectation that you're going to use that facility in all the possible ways you could use a facility that has a bathroom, a shower, and a sink made me feel less guilty about brushing my teeth at the Planet Fitness. That's still something I'm struggling with. I'm getting better at it, mostly because, like, when I went to the gym with Crystal Vanner, she just stepped up to the sink and started brushing her teeth. Like, you know, I pay my dues, I can brush my teeth. That was so freaking cool. And I was like, I just need to get over this. And I talked to other people about, like, sort of the stages of getting over using the gym. And I'd reached a point where I was okay with walking into the gym and just taking a shower on the days where that was all I needed. Like, that step I had finally taken. But, like, doing things in the public that clearly indicate I need this space for more than a quick shower made me nervous. Like, there was a sink in my gym in Richmond in the handicap bathroom, and I used to hide in there to brush my teeth because I didn't want anybody to see me brushing my teeth at the sink that's out, you know, right in front of the bathrooms, because then it's like, oh my gosh, people are going to question why I'm doing this. And I almost have to remind myself of my own words. Nobody's, like, tracking you down. Literally, as long as you're not interfering with other people or using the facility in a way that's damaging, as long as you are a dues-paying member, like, nobody's going to get upset with you. I'm still not at the point where I feel comfortable walking into Planet Fitness and just sitting at the table to use the Wi-Fi, which is silly. I pay the membership. I am allowed to do that. I'm allowed to use any resource in the gym that is available via that membership. And that includes going in the lobby if I want to and sitting down and using the Wi-Fi. So yeah, it was just a fun little quick video. I'm going to try not to put too much editing in it besides, like, putting the photos up as I talk about them. But it was just, I wanted to share that with you guys. It was just such a funny experience for me as a van dweller, like, zoning in on, like, all this cool stuff and specifically the bathroom facilities. And there was cool stuff throughout the whole building. As a person who now goes to a lower end gym regularly, just seeing what a luxury version of that looks like was really, really fun. And it's one of the fun things I like about my job, because it gives me accessibility to things I wouldn't necessarily have access to in normal life, and that's fun. I mean, I've been to the Apple campus in Cupertino. That's how you say it, Cupertino, right? And it's cool to say I've been there, and it's cool to talk about how weird it is, because it's weird. Trust me. It's like a creepy sci-fi movie set. You know, like those sci-fi movies where, like, everything's too perfect, so something must be wrong, like people getting murdered in the basement or something, and they're all, yeah. It's exactly what you would expect the Apple facility to be, basically. Alright, I'll have a more interesting video next time.